Let me see a close-up. Look at that. It's a blank eye, but there's some intensity in there.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the times when the modelling competition got into hot water for problematic things happening behind or in front of the camera.
Learn something from this. When you go to bed at night, you lay there and you take responsibility for yourself.
Number 20. Clashing co-stars. Various. In the years since the show ended, some of the top model mentors and judges have come forward with less than kind stories about host and executive producer Tyra Banks. As early as 2009, former supermodel judge Paulina Poroskova was telling tales about the host's on-set behavior. Poroskova alleged that Banks would be as late as 6 hours to set some days. Everyone was just expected to wait. Supermodel and former co-star Janice Dickinson corroborated this.
When there was a inconvenient moment, I'd say, "Shut up, girl. I did Vogue, you did Elle."
Oh, how did she take that? She didn't like it.
Creative director Jay Manuel detailed his deteriorating relationship with Banks after he left the show to pursue other opportunities. While the judges on Top Model were known for their harsh and often cold critiques, it seems things were just as frosty behind the scenes.
So the first time I see her is walking onto set, you know, the panel we do in casting.
Yeah.
And I just said, "Hey, I'm so glad you're here early because I just want to walk right by."
Number 19. The Unhoused Photoshoot, Cycle 10. When ANTM received a spike in popularity during the early COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, it also invited renewed interest in the show's more controversial moments. One that people could not believe was Cycle 10's Unhoused themed photoshoot.
Today we're actually going to put a spotlight on a major issue, and that is homeless youth. You're going to be posing with homeless partners.
Contestants were dressed down in disheveled clothes, while their unhoused partners were made to model in the more expensive garments. Times were different, but it's hard to imagine this being okay ever.
I'm about to cry.
Fatima got really emotional by the end of the photo shoot. It's going to create a really passionate and powerful shot.
It wasn't all bad though. The photo shoot did introduce model and transgender activist Isis King to the Top Model fold. At the time, King was sleeping at a shelter, but off the back of her work as an extra, she would go on to become a contestant on 2 future seasons.
This is wearing me out down on a mattress? Okay. When I look at the picture, I love the shape.
Number 18. Nyle DiMarco's photoshoot in darkness, Cycle 22. Although he won one of Top Model's co-ed seasons, this boundary-breaking male model didn't sail through the competition. Nyle DiMarco landed in the bottom of this episode because he wouldn't listen to the photoshoot director's instructions.
Why don't you judge it yourself? Do you think that's your best shot?
No, I don't think it's my best shot.
Okay,
I
great.
think that...
No, that was the question. That was the question. Thank you.
Thank you.
The only problem is the photoshoot was in pitch darkness, and DiMarco is deaf. The director could only give him audio commands.
The photographer flashes, and it made me blind at that time because it was too bright.
Go! Go!
So I was looking down at the flashlight, and I wasn't sure if it was the first or the third flash.
Where the other contestants can rely on their sense of hearing to get through the challenge, DiMarco obviously can't. In another cycle, this challenge might have made sense, but in the season with the franchise's first deaf contestant, it reads as either careless or cruel.
I felt extremely bad for Nyle. I just noticed that he was getting down and feeling not as confident as usual. I think he's worried that he might go home because of this.
Number 17. Anne Ward's waist size, Cycle 15. The champion of the show's 15th season became controversial almost immediately through no fault of her own.
Seeing people talking about me and stuff, it's been really hard because it really hurts. It's just mostly like the stares that get me.
From the moment the previews for Cycle 15 aired, Ward's waist size became a lightning rod for controversy. A clip showing Judge Jay Alexander grabbing Ward's waist to demonstrate its thinness inspired torrents of commentary.
You have the smallest waist in the world. Can you look at this waist? And how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
6'2".
Top model's record on body image was not exactly untarnished at this point, but this blatant showcase of what the show's judges were presumably looking for didn't do much to improve it. The show only doubled down on this body standard by later awarding the contestant the season's title.
Anne is that stunning, cultish, exotic, new sexy. It is without doubt in my mind that high fashion editorial Anne is already, without even knowing that she's high fashion.
Number 16. Jaeda Strauss's Disastrous Makeover, Cycle 8. Each season, Tyra Banks puts her modelling hopefuls through an often rigorous and even painful makeover process. Sometimes there are tears of joy, other times there are just tears. But sometimes the show goes a little too far.
I've been in that dentist's office for 12 hours. And I have to deal with it all day tomorrow. Look at my teeth.
In Cycle 6, 2 models were encouraged to undergo extensive and painful dental work to fit Banks' vision for them. However, Cycle 8's Jaeda Strauss may have had one of the worst experiences.
There are things that we're really fighting here with your hair. The braided weave only comes so high, and then we had to glue multiple tracks in. It's not taking you to that elevated look that the other girls are going to. Like, they're all starting to turn into kind of models. It's kind of bringing you down a little.
Not only was she horrified to have her hair chopped off, but she had to sit through an 8-hour installation process for a new sew-in weave. It was all for naught. The weave was taken out because it didn't look good, and Strauss ultimately was put through the ordeal for nothing.
I have never had to go through that ordeal of getting my hair done and having to take it out the same day you get it put in. Like, that's absolute hell.
You look so much better. Your face looks absolutely amazing. And I understand the tears for a minute, so decide whether or not you want to own it.
I'm gonna own this.
Number 15. Kenya Hill's Harassment, Cycle 4. In one of the more upsetting on-set incidents in the franchise's history, Cycle 4 finalist Kenya Hill experienced harassment on a photoshoot in South Africa. Male model Bertini Humegni got too close for comfort.
Trying to get into it, and I hear Bertini moaning. I feel him like breathing on me, touching me, and it's not comfortable at all. Stop.
When Hill stopped the shoot, creative director Jay Manuel stepped in minimally. He only reminded Hill that she was being unprofessional.
I know that it's not about being comfortable, but there was a line that I feel was crossed. And I hope that doesn't come out in my picture when I go to panel.
During the judging segment, Tyra Banks just told Hill that she should use her feminine wiles to avoid unwanted attention from men on set. Ultimately, it was an instance where a contestant wasn't protected the way they should have been.
I feel a lot of pressure added on to me because I can end up being eliminated for not doing so well in the shoot because of his actions.
Number 14. The first top model never got her prizes. Cycle 1.
How bad do you want this? How bad do you want this, Adrian?
Real damn bad, Tyra Banks.
A few years after she won the top model cycle, the very first crowned champion revealed her major beef with the show. Adrienne Curry Rhode claimed that the show never gave her the prizes promised. She even alleges that Tyra Banks promised the first season's cast a major cosmetic campaign that never came through and wasn't even mentioned once the show aired. In fact, Curry Rhode has further explained that she was sabotaged by behind-the-scenes tensions between ANTM and the modeling agencies they had contracted with.
I was on a show, Top Model, that the fashion industry immediately decided that no one in Top Model would ever be a supermodel, ever, for any reason.
She's been a vocal critic of Banks, the show, and Top Model fans ever since. Number 13. Jaeda's male model insults her to her face. Cycle 7. When they need to add some drama to the photo shoots, Top Model often throws male models and scene partners into the mix. Unfortunately, the drama that results is often pretty uncomfortable.
This guy is a jerk, and I don't want to talk to him, I don't want to look at him, and I certainly don't ever want to kiss him. I feel so sick right now.
In Cycle 7, Jaeda Young and her castmates filmed commercials with male models in Barcelona. One of these models, Nacho, told Jaeda he would have trouble posing with her because he was not interested in black women.
He doesn't want to help me. I'm worried about tomorrow's shoot because I have to make out with this guy who's an idiot and a jerk, and he says he doesn't like black girls.
Not only was it a tremendously upsetting instance of racism, it was deeply unprofessional. But the judges blamed Jaeda for it, citing her commercial as the weakest and eliminating her.
Bottom line is you've got to take control. It's not about him. He's just an extra. That should not have stopped her from doing the job that she was sent there to do.
Number 12. Isis King's mistreatment. Cycle 11. Tyra Banks herself pursued this two-time contestant after she appeared in a photo shoot the season before.
It blew me away. And I tell my staff, I'm like, this girl is absolutely amazing. She's got to come back for America's Next Top Model. I said this girl, and my staff said, Tyra, there's something a little different about that girl. So what's different about that girl?
Isis King didn't go into her season with the intention of foregrounding her trans identity. Like the rest of her competitors, she just wanted to win. Unfortunately, once King's castmates found out she was a trans woman, it unleashed a torrent of ignorant comments.
I would not do that. Don't do that. I know what I'm here for. I've given up so much to be here. I'm not letting any of these girls get in the way of my dreams and what I'm here for.
Many of the contestants were not only unsympathetic, they were downright insensitive about it. King faced transphobic mistreatment from several of the other models. Since her time on Top Model, she's maintained her place as a trailblazer in the modeling and entertainment industries.
Nobody didn't come and throw me no life raft. No life jacket. Yeah. They let me drown.
Right.
I had to doggy paddle all the way to. That's what happened. They was just boating girls over to the sand. I had to doggy paddle. That's why it took me longer to get here, but I'm here.
Number 11. Kayla Ferrell's discomfort with a male model. Cycle 15. Reality TV often purports to be a social experiment as much as a competition. People's very real traumas are often put on full display without trained professionals to help them through it. That was the case during a Cycle 15 photo shoot.
I just can't get this whole kiss thing out of my head. It was deeper to me than just being gay. I feel personally uncomfortable with intimacy with men.
Kayla Ferrell was reduced to tears during a photo shoot that required the models to get intimately close to a male model. Ferrell explains to Jay Manuel that her reaction stems from an incident from her past that made the challenge exceptionally difficult, if not traumatizing.
And this whole challenge freaks me out. I don't want to kiss them. I don't want to interact with them. They scare me.
Manuel's not a therapist, but he plays one for the moment, just to get her to go through with a potentially damaging photo shoot. One thing's for sure, this isn't the moment of healing the producers want us to think.
Nobody, not one family member knows, not one friend knows. So to just say it right then and there on Venice Beach, like 20 minutes before I'm about to deliver a commercial, was so hard.
Number 10. The swimming pool shoot that caused hypothermia. Cycle 7.
Try shooting Sports Illustrated in the snow, laying in the snow. I didn't do it, but other models did.
The ANTM judges have always stressed that it is a model's job to push through the pain. But what happens when pushing through pain literally threatens your life?
There's a point where my body just literally takes over. Like, I feel like my skin and everything is just like pins and needles.
In Cycle 7, models were asked to pose in a freezing cold pool for a floating water nymph photo shoot. This shoot tested not only their modeling capabilities, but also how well their body could handle extreme temperatures.
It was so cold, your breath is literally being taken away. You know, I just like, okay, concentrate, breathe, breathe, breathe.
Because putting yourself in danger is what modeling's all about, right? As it turned out, Carrie D actually developed hypothermia after being told to push through the photo shoot. To make matters worse, the judges told her she had to know her limits and practically blamed her for putting her health at risk. Not cool.
You have to listen to your body and you have to tell us, okay? Okay. Because all we know is go, 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 go. But you have to tell us no.
Number 9. Kahlen posed in a casket after her friend passed away. Cycle 4.
We're gonna be dead.
Rest in peace.
We could be zombies.
Please don't be this. I don't need dealing with death right now. I don't need that.
ANTM audiences loved the sweet and kind-hearted Kahlen on Cycle 4, which is why this controversial moment was even harder to stomach.
I was completely shocked. I don't know if I can handle this.
Kahlen received the news that a close friend had passed away while she was on the show. And to make matters worse, the theme for the photo shoot that day was especially triggering.
Each and every one of you are going to have to portray one of these deadly sins while looking deadly gorgeous.
The models each had to represent one of the 7 deadly sins, posing in a casket 8 feet underground. Being forced to jump into a coffin on the same day she discovered her friend had died was downright cruel, but she was representing wrath. Kahlen managed to put her anger at the situation to good use, getting a great shot and avoiding the wrath of the judges.
I hope I did well enough to pull off a good picture to stay here this week, but I guess I just have to wait and see.
Number 8. Model posed with blackface. Cycle 4 and Cycle 13.
And Noelle, we're making you into a traditionally African woman with a head wrap and everything.
Sure, Tyra's never been afraid of edgy photo shoots, but do you remember when she literally put models in blackface? Twice. Girls were dressed and painted to represent other races in Cycle 4's Got Milk photoshoot, where Miss J told the girls they had to take on the persona of these ethnicities, whatever that means.
The challenge here really is taking on the persona of that other ethnicity while in the photograph and owning it.
Then in Cycle 13, race bending was the theme once again, for a biracial themed shoot.
Hapa means half in Hawaiian. Do you guys know the most famous hapa in the world? President Barack Obama!
Yeah. White models were put in makeup to make them appear darker and were dressed in stereotypical fashion garments and accessories, making for some pretty problematic pictures. After this concept sparked controversy, Tyra apologized for any offense caused on her talk show, but by then the scandal had already stung.
Brittany, you are going to be Native American and East Indian. Oh.
Number 7. Yusai kept calling Chantelle a panda. Cycle 21.
I know when Yusai is calling me his lovable panda, it's coming from a very loving place and not a malicious place. But although it may not bother me, it could bother other people that have skin conditions.
Having the first contestant with vitiligo on the show was a big thumbs up for representation. Unfortunately, the inappropriate behaviour of Yusai reminded us why representation like this is still so important.
I don't want kids out there to see you, someone so high up in the industry, being able to call me panda and then see somebody else with a skin condition and be like, hey, Yusai could call Chantelle panda, I can call this person a cow.
Not only did he give Chantelle the nickname panda based on the colour of her skin, he threw a tantrum when she politely asked him to stop.
When I gave you the nickname, it's to help you. If you don't understand it, you would no longer deserve that little soft nickname. I'll call you Porcupine from now on.
She reasoned that impressionable viewers may see this behaviour as justification for calling people names based on their skin colour, which is clearly not okay. Instead of immediately apologising and moving on, Yusai told her he gave her the nickname to help her, that it was never insulting, and that she no longer deserved the nickname. Yikes.
I've had people who called me their best friend be like, oh, I can call you cow because we're friends. That doesn't make any sense. You still can't call me that. It's not appropriate.
Number 6. Angelea Preston lost her crown and sued ANTM. Cycle 17.
Angelea's confidence might have had some ups and downs in this competition. Oh my God! But her persistence and winning personality has made her into a serious contender. Let's go!
Angelea was a shining example of how sheer determination can get you what you want in life, which is what made this scandalous moment even more painful for her fans. After just missing out on the final 2 in Cycle 14, the Buffalo Beauty was a strong competitor throughout the All-Stars series. She reached the final 3 once again before being suddenly disqualified in an awkward finale episode, leaving audiences confused.
It turns out that after shooting was wrapped, our production team and the network learned information from Angelea that disqualifies her from the competition.
It later emerged that Angelea had previously worked as an escort, going against a stipulation set out in the contract.
So what does that mean?
Angelea disagreed with the action taken and ended up suing the show for $3 million, claiming the show knew the information already and only decided to disqualify her after she got the crown.
You know what, guys? We wish Angelea the best in all her future endeavors.
Oh, absolutely.
Number 5. Shandi cheated and confessed. Cycle 2.
Ding! Hold on a second, Shandi. You've got a boyfriend.
The early ANTM season gave us some super scandalous moments, but this Cycle 2 incident was certainly the first of its kind. Shy and sensitive Shandi shocked audiences when she cheated on her long-term boyfriend with a sexy male model after a steamy night in the jacuzzi got out of hand.
I feel like a part of me just got caught up in everything, just caught up in the sexual tension, having really good-looking guys come over and then all getting into jacuzzi.
What was just as shocking, however, was how producers aired her heartbreaking phone call confession.
What's wrong?
I don't know how to start this.
What'd you do?
fans winced watching Shandi fall apart as her boyfriend sobbed on the phone, and we wondered whether we really needed an access all areas pass to this girl's private and personal life at all. Number 4. The models trash their house. Cycle 10.
We're in New York, guys. I want to congratulate everybody that we're here. Yeah!
The Cycle 10 girls certainly settled into their raucous celebrity lifestyle easily.
This will have to be the nicest place I've ever been to.
While the cycle was airing, it was reported that the models had caused $500,000 worth of damage to the swanky Tribeca loft they were living in during the competition.
Welcome to New York, ladies. To your new loft, and you'll have cause to celebrate.
According to an insider, the landlord complained of food stains on the $20,000 white drapes, holes in the ceiling and walls, a destroyed $15,000 chandelier, and a ruined Brazilian wood floor. To make matters worse, producers had apparently assured the landlord any damage would be minimal. The damage was never shown or ever mentioned on the show, and the matter was brushed under the carpet pretty swiftly by top model producers. Number 3. Lisa D'Amato. Cycle 5.
Everybody be looking at me like I'm crazy.
Lisa went from peeing in a diaper at a photo shoot to winning the All-Star season of Top Model. But what happened in between was a struggle for this Cycle 5 wild child. During her initial stint on the show, Lisa was known to enjoy a drink or two, and her manic behaviour did not go unnoticed by her fellow competitors.
To be honest, we're all a little scared of Lisa.
Why don't you want to talk to me?
It's gonna look like you're crazy, dude.
After the show, Lisa struggled with substance use disorder and appeared on the 3rd series of Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew. After being accused of being in denial about her problem by Dr. Drew, Lisa turned her life around and went on to be crowned winner of the All-Star cycle. Talk about a redemption story.
Everybody be taking themselves way too serious.
Number 2. Tyra shouted at Tiffany. Cycle 4.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
Now a fully fledged meme in its own right, the "we were all rooting for you" speech was the angriest we've ever seen Tyra on the show. After Tiffany laughed and joked her way through her goodbyes when being eliminated, Tyra called her back to berate her for not taking her place in the competition seriously.
Tiffany, I'm extremely disappointed in you. This is a joke to you.
Tiffany has since said that the iconic speech was actually way worse in reality, with Tyra telling Tiffany, "You can go back to your house and sleep on your mattress on the floor with your baby." Speaking to BuzzFeed about Tyra in 2017, Tiffany said, "I didn't think she cared," leaving the Mama Tyra image somewhat in tatters.
Stop it! I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells at this, it's because she loves me.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Renee Alway sentenced to 12 years in prison. Cycle 8.
So you describe yourself as a catty person. What does that mean?
I'm not a complete bitch or anything like that, but if I have something to say, I'm gonna say it. I do want these girls to know that if they get in my way, I will plow them over.
Cocky, competitive, and never afraid to speak her mind, Renee had a reputation on Cycle 8 for being the villain of the season.
I am not a mean person.
Well, you've been disrespectful to every single girl.
And people have been disrespectful to me.
With good reason, and I understand, and I back them all.
She was a strong competitor, however, achieving a respectable 3rd place with a ton of potential for her future career.
I have a lot on my shoulders right now, and I don't care if I make friends. It's not my main goal for being here, is not to make friends.
Unfortunately, debilitating substance use problems meant that her life took a turn for the worse after the show. Renee was arrested for multiple offences, including drug possession, burglary, and fraud in 2013 after a 6-hour standoff with police.
I can't even remember what was happening then. That's how bad it was.
Fans were shaken by her altered appearance in her prison interview, as well as her controversial revelation that the after-show support from Top Model was practically non-existent. Now that's definitely not so fierce.
It's almost like a setup for failure.
Did this list make you think differently about Top Model? Tell us in the comments.
I couldn't see the runway. People wouldn't even tell me the number of steps leading up to the runway. I was really surprised.